Hello and welcome to the Rec Show podcast. It's that time again. We do this, it seems like, every month. Every month we do this. We got to have Russ Reyes in from Kilton Cork talking about maybe some wine you don't know about, maybe some cocktails. I'm still drinking that apple drink that you made. I've been making that at home, and my whole family loves that drink. And so I want to thank you for that. Having a great time drinking that at home.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. I've got a lot of feedback on that cocktail. A lot of people are really enjoying that. It's so easy, why not?
Yeah, it's real simple. And a little apple juice or apple cider and the apple jack or apple whiskey. And you mix that up and you're good to go. The only thing is when I'm sitting at home in front of the fireplace, just kind of relaxing, is I notice that I refill maybe a little too much. It's hard to go one glass. And so that's my only complaint.
Hey, at least you're not the guy who takes the apple cider half gallon, pours a little bit of it off and then adds and then shake it, and then you've got your whole, half gallon.
Constant refill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, it's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's fun.
Really, really loving it. And so what do you got for us today?
Thanksgiving's coming up, and everyone likes to talk about what wines to pair with Thanksgiving meals.
Always,
the experts have their choices, and then I think most people have their choices as far as what they like. You hear Pinot. A lot of people like Pinot when they're with their turkeys. Nowadays, Grenache is coming up. It's kind of those light reds that people like to enjoy with their turkey, and which makes sense because the turkey is not just white meat. You've got the thigh and the breast and all that kind of good stuff. So you've got a varied amount of textures, and then of course with the gravies and all that kind of stuff.
Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce. You kind of want a wine that's going to go with all of that stuff.
Right. It's going to mix well.
Exactly.
It's going to mix well.
It's gonna like add to your experience.
Right
now, people are waiting that drink the Nouveau Beaujolais. That's that wine that's released on the third Thursday of November, and it's a brand new red. From France called, I should say new as in the bottle. It's not new as far as people have been buying it forever and ever, but they bottle it fairly quickly, and it's just this, I guess, traditional wine that a lot of people like to drink at Thanksgiving as well. But me being different and never kind of going with the flow, I picked a couple of different wines that maybe people would not think about with their Thanksgiving
and you
dinner.
always do the local wines, and that's what I love about it is we really get a taste of the local wines, the local distilleries, the local places that make a beverage.
That's right.
A good solid beverage.
Absolutely.
And so I know you got some local places here.
Well, local wine is just, it's right there. It's fresh. It's new. It's, you go to your local place. I do. So I figured I'd open one of these. And they're both great. We'll talk about both of them. Okay. But
can I ask something?
Yes,
on
absolutely.
On our last podcast with a good friend of ours, Jeremy Marin, the existential wine guy, he didn't bring a corkscrew. And so he had to use a screwdriver. And it was a MacGyver operation. He was successful.
He was. I saw that. I watched that episode. And with that in mind, I'm going to show you a better trick than a screwdriver and a pair of pliers.
Okay. I thought that was to beat me over the head.
No,
if I
we're going to use
wrong.
this to open the bottle of wine.
Okay, all right.
Is your staff ready?
A big leveler?
Yeah, we're just going to, I'm going to, when the guys use the sabers and they kind of
Hey, oh, yes.
I'm just going to do, since you're a sports guy, I'm going to kind of do the baseball.
Okay, do I need to move?
Yeah, that's why I think on.
Okay. I'm going to move over here.
I love Jeremy. Jeremy's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's in the wine industry and he forgot a corkscrew.
I know.
That's like being a race car driver and forgetting a race car. I got a corkscrew.
Thought, he would have had it in his shoe, in his pocket, in the glove compartment.
He just wanted to show off. He was going to do probably the shoe thing where you put the wine bottle in your shoe. Have you seen that?
I have.
Bang it across in the
No, I thought it was great, and it made our podcast a lot of fun. And so I thank him for that. It was just kind of a different way to go about opening a wine bottle.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I think we're going to open up the Fiasco.
The Fiasco.
We'll talk about the Fiasco first.
Okay.
So when I say Fiasco, what comes to mind?
Well, usually a fiasco is a problem or a maze of. I think of a fiasco is our political situation right now.
That was a good segue. That's good. Yeah. It can be. Absolutely. The word definitely means issue, problem, or something. But in Italy, it also means it's the basket that is around a bottle of Chianti.
Oh, really?
The Fiasco, yeah. So
the Fiasco.
Chianti is also typically made from Sangiovese, which is an amazing grape that grows really well here in the Sierra foothills. And so this particular wine is called Fiasco. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek kind of fun thing from Villa Romano, which is located in Camino in El Dorado County.
All right.
Great experience there. The people there are amazing. Here, let me have your glass. I'll pour you some
there we go.
Actually, you know what? I better make sure this bottle. You know how we are at the wine, wine guys. We got to make sure. Okay. It smells good. So
everything's good.
Everything's good. So they are in Camino. Amazing, beautiful tasting room, and they've got mostly Italian varietals. In fact, all Italian varietals. And this is one of their, I don't want to say flagship, but they sell a lot of this Fiasco because it is such a great. What I like
is the red color with this is a little different than usually when you open up a bottle of red wine. It's not quite as deep, right? As deep of a red.
And that's because the varietal, the Sangiovese, it's along the same as far as the body and the color. It's very similar to the Pinot Noir and to Grenache. And even to Gamay in certain respects. So it's a very lighter bodied red. And for me, it's on the drier side. So it's got that beautiful fruity nose, but then especially the Fiasco, because it is a blend. It's mostly, it's 80% Sangiovese, which that's my whole point, is if you're out there and you want to try something different with your turkey this year, or ham, grab a Sangiovese from a local winery or, from bottle shop.
Now, I can already, as I sniff this, tell that this is going to embrace the turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, and the cranberry sauce.
And where is that? We should have had all that on the table here.
Don't know why you didn't bring it. What? I mean, what's going on?
I know. I kind of failed. I should have brought the whole thing. But that's just a beautiful example of Sangiovese, especially from the foothills. Got a little bit of fruitiness in the
well, that's very good.
In the middle, front of the palate, and then it kind of just tapers off into a nice dry. There's enough acidity that it's going to pair well with the food. And
I can taste my turkey with
and
it.
You should,
and I can tell just immediately that this is just going to be a nice match for that Thanksgiving meal. I really like this. Is a really good choice.
It is. It's a great wine, and again, Sangio is just one of those. It grows well in Amador, El Dorado County, Lodi. You'll find it pretty much all over this region.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But I had to bring in this Fiasco because it's one of my favorites.
The coloring. I can't get over the coloring, and I just like it because it's almost like you can see yourself through that red.
You can. You can. It's a really cool. It's really a great wine on its own all the time. I mean, you can have it with spaghetti or steak, whatever. It's pretty versatile.
So it's a drinkable wine with whatever you're having.
Yeah, or just conversation.
Yeah.
I've had more than a couple of these bottles without any food. Just sitting and talking.
That's what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing on the podcast. So tell everybody where the Fiasco is available.
So Fiasco is available from Villa Romano Vineyards, and that's in Camino.
Okay.
Just up Highway 50.
Right.
Really easy to get to, right off Highway 50. They have a beautiful tasting room. They have what do you call them? I'm drawing a blank. They're the outdoor seating mostly right now because everyone's got to be outdoor. But they have fire pits, cabanas. They've got cabanas that you can sit in, and they're very kind of private, and it's awesome. So great place to go.
Check them out.
Got to check them out.
Villa Romano.
Villa Romano.
Yep, right there in Apple Hill, and so that is a great choice for Thanksgiving dinner if you're trying to figure out what wine should we get to have with the Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah.
This is a great choice.
Yeah, get off the beaten path. Don't do everything that everyone else is doing.
And,
try Sangiovese.
Of course, catch Russ on Kilt and Cork, right?
That's right.
You're right there on Facebook.
Kilt and Cork.
And everything. Any adventures coming up we should know about?
I might get to actually travel a little bit this coming weekend, so stay tuned for that. I'll be posting out of the area. Kilt and Cork's going on the road, hopefully.
On the road?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of being on the road.
I know, you are. Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back right after this with more of the Rex Show podcast. Stick around.
Cheers. All right.
Cool.